Now, correct me if you think I'm wrong, but I think this is the newest prototype I've shown on my channel, and one of the newest that's kind of surfaced into the media world within the cars community. I haven't seen too many prototypes of anything over the last 2 years, which makes this one that much more special to me. Of course, it is Breaker Boggs, one of the later 2023 mainline releases. And yeah, guys, welcome back to Prototype Prestige. This is episode 22, the second to last of this season. I might tack on a few more if you guys give me some really good suggestions. I mean, of course, there are some good ideas up on the pedestal back there. Nice Jimbo, some World Grand Prix racers. But today, of course, we are going to focus on this amazing Breaker Bog, super unique prototype, not only because it's for a Thailand release, which I don't do too many of on this channel, just because when Mattel moved production from China to Thailand and also Vietnam, everything kind of got a little more restrictive. Let's just say Mattel was able to batten down the hatches a little bit more easily for whatever reason in Thailand and Vietnam. I mean, I could think of a few theories. Maybe there isn't that much of a market for people hunting and yoinking these prototypes out of the scrap bin in the factories. Maybe it's because it's so new, they don't really know what to do yet. You know, it's kind of interesting. There isn't a good way for anyone from Thailand or really even Vietnam to sell stuff online to people across the world. You'll never really see a Thailand eBay seller, and even, I mean, maybe a little bit more frequently, but maybe like once out of every a million listings, a Vietnam seller on eBay. For whatever reason, those platforms just aren't available there. So it's really difficult for some of these prototypes now to leak out. And, you know, there used to be a time where every new release consistently would show up on eBay from China 3 to 5 to maybe even 6 months before it actually came on stores. I remember this, guys. I got like I told you, my Circus sedan months and months in advance. I got my Andy Vaporlock months and months in advance. I mean, thinking back even before that, there were cars from Cars 2 that I got way sooner because they popped up on eBay from China. That doesn't happen anymore because there aren't any Thailand eBay sellers. So things have definitely changed, and the prototype landscape, unfortunately, has kind of shrunken because of that fact. Like, everything is just harder to get for whatever reason. There's less outside externality communications from Thailand to the rest of the world. There's a nice Thailand Cars Facebook group. I will give them that. And that has been a big source actually in revealing some of these cars ahead of time. But that was a huge intro. I do think that was some really valuable information for you guys that hopefully you found enjoyable and kind of sets the stage for why this prototype is so monumental, and really any Thailand prototype that you may see in this day and age. Like, think about it as like, wow, that's like, whew, that's like finding a diamond versus finding, it's like, I don't know, finding an iron ingot, right? You know what I mean? For those Minecraft people, Minecraft reference of the day. But yeah, really excited to be able to get this one in my collection, and I have a lot to talk about with it. It's got a bunch of codes on it, and one that I even had to censor from you guys. The person that I bought this from asked me to censor the code on the roof of Breaker here because it could potentially be damaging to the original source's reputation, get him in trouble or something like that. We don't want that to happen. The prototype landscape as it is already dwindling, so let's not make it anymore. So a little bit of painter's tape makes that problem go away. I know what it says, but I'll let you guys theorize, right? I'll let you guys think about that in the comments. So yeah, Pitty prototypes are always some of my favorites just because there's a lot going on in such a small little space here. And yeah, we're going to just start off. You got the main colors here, white and blue, and the tires are unpainted, just full on black, which is very interesting because, of course, you have the yellow hubcaps, black tires, and a lot of mud on them, and it's detailed really nice. So a lot more went into these tires after this here. I mean, they look just like regular old tires, unpainted, but a lot more work had to be done. One of my favorite parts about this prototype is that it's got a purple base, like a purple metallic base, kind of like what I would imagine a metallic Max Schnell to be. So I think that's super cool. The base ended up being brown. As you can see, the same codes, Mattel and the product code, but no date stamp. Mine says S24A, and this one obviously doesn't have anything. What's also interesting is that the back tires don't roll. For whatever reason, maybe it's jammed, maybe it wasn't meant to roll with this prototype, but I cannot get this back axle, these tires, to turn at all. And I'm not going to try and break it off, but they roll quite nicely. They do not roll independently like some axles do. Probably not too many, but I did want to point that out. So that's interesting that is jammed back there. It just will not roll. You could see the mouth unpainted, no eyes or anything like that. This whole white part is metal as well. So actually, he's one of the few cars that gets a metal base and a metal body. A lot of Hot Wheels people use that terminology when talking about cars. I mean, Mattel really promotes that for their collector, adult collector lines, the premium Hot Wheels. They'll put on the package, metal body, metal base. They don't really do that, obviously, for cars, even though they have pushed lately that they are die-cast metal. But yeah, almost every Disney car has a metal body and a plastic base. I do remember, I think it was Millie, another Pitty, has a metal body and a metal base. So it's very cool. I mean, I'm happy about it because this guy's already very light. He does have some plastic components for sure, the fenders, the tires, the hat up here. 009 is written in Sharpie on his bill. Again, I can show you that, but what's under there is going to remain a mystery. And then he's got 0058 that is stamped by probably a machine or some sort or something, because it is not written with a human hand. No calligraphy going on there versus the 009. And I will say that the code under the tape here is also written with a Sharpie, I believe. So it's not like this code. It has the secrets to all the Cars universe. All the secrets to the Cars universe are under that blue painter's tape. I'm just kidding. Or maybe I am. Not. The fuel tank back here is a plastic piece, and it is blue, even though it's gray on the finalized version. And the other plastic pieces are all different colors. Black and the yellow, of course. So they were just all standardized on the prototype to be blue. And then you got the vent back there. So that's pretty much it. Unfortunately, this prototype did not come with a fire barrel. And as I've talked about in some of these episodes, accessory pieces are very, very rare when it comes to prototypes. Like to find an accessory of this would be nearly impossible. Most of them probably just get thrown away. Maybe they don't make as many as they do for the diecast themselves. I have seen a Miles Axelrod with microphone prototype though, like a prototype of the microphone itself. And I think that's really cool because it's super rare for that to sneak out and be available, be gettable to a Cars collector. It's like, yeah, what the hell does Mattel do? Like, do they just immediately know how to make these plastic accessory pieces and they don't need to do any test runs? No, I don't think it's that. I just think it's smaller. It's more forgettable. And, you know, when you're trying to, I guess, sneak out with some stuff, you'd rather get the meat of the package and not the little plastic accessory not as many people care about. But yeah, guys, that is all I have for you for this episode, Prototype Prestige. One of my favorites in my collection now. Of course, like I said, it's a newer one, which definitely is more meaningful now, even though I don't want to discount any other prototypes because they're all super meaningful in their own way. But yeah, that's all I have to say. Check out GetMeCollecitlbes, linked in the description below for all your Cars needs. If you want Braker Boggs, for example, I'm sure he has it. So check his eBay store, linked in the description below, or send him an email. I will see you guys next time for another video. Bye now.
Try again, without doubt, it's our say, if all's gonna mend. We both know that one day the sun's gonna rise again.